Coming up on Lazer Update, we meet Emmy-winning photojournalist Quindell Williams.
Then we look back at OCC's unique on-campus celebration, Unity Day, with unique events across campus. All that and more in the next 20 minutes.
Good afternoon and welcome to Lazer Update. I'm Sam Dimmick.
And I'm Claire Akers. It's May 8th, and here's what's happening on Onondaga Hill. For those of you graduating at the end of this spring, commencement will be held on May 20th. Doors open at 9:30 a.m., so get there before the ceremony starts at 11 a.m.
Any extra accessories for graduation can be picked up starting today, so make sure you stop at the bookstore. We begin with someone well known within his field. BMC alumni and Emmy-winning photojournalist Quindell Williams was a licensed drone operator for CNY Central and is now a teacher at PSLA Fowler. You could pretty much say the sky's the limit for Quindell. Olivia Ramirez gives us a closer look.
After years of success as an Emmy Award-winning photojournalist and licensed drone operator for CNY Central, 2008 OCC grad Quindell Williams decided it was time for a change and moved from the edit room to the classroom.
When I worked in news, I was learning, and then I kind of hit a point where I kind of was, what's next? But now in my stride in my second career where, okay, I'm learning again. It's fresh, it's exciting, it's tough, but it's rewarding at the same time. I'm from Syracuse, grew up in the Syracuse City School District, and now to be teaching in the Syracuse School District, kind of giving back, to me, it's really rewarding because I'm able to kind of do what I love and also kind of cultivate the next generation to figure out what they will love.
Quindell's success has now shifted to his new career as he was just recently named Syracuse City School District's Alumni of the Year.
I try to stay under the radar as much as I can, but I'm also grateful and humbled by the recognition that people see that I really am trying to do my best to just be a role model for my students, for my own kids, and to give back to the community that has given so much to me.
Quindell made a successful career change and now has a work balance he never had in his previous profession. The fundamentals he learned in his first 2 years at OCC have stuck with him and continue to be extremely valuable.
As you walk around campus, you'll likely see several events in various locations up here on the Hill. But February 22nd's Unity Day is a day that stands alone at OCC, filled with social events and art exhibits. Unity Day has something for everyone every year. Kyle Goff takes us there.
Unity Day on February 22nd is a chance for our campus community to gather and celebrate different cultures, identities, backgrounds, and more while also realizing that we are better together. Unity Day committee members Noah Rivers, Mohammed Abadraba, and Shane Turo tell us more.
And we had a whole host of activities ranging from an open mic contest, we had an art contest, we just rescheduled a basketball shootout, we had to cancel it due to weather that day. But it's just a bunch of inclusive activities to bring people together. I assisted Dr. Williams in setting up the tables. There were about 50 tables to set up. We had to put all the stuff on there that was included for each activity.
Open mic was hosted by Maurice Brown, and he gave the MC, the rest of the hosts to me. It was amazing. Definitely a different environment. I would honestly do it again.
Unity Day typically means to me something to bring everybody together, a form of inclusion, to allow those of any descent and heritage to show off what their cultures, their traditions, their food, and it just brings everybody together. That's what it kind of does. It brings brotherhood, diversity, and overall just a safe place to accept any and all people, no matter what race, religion, or color.
If you missed this year's event, put it on your calendar for next February 23rd, 2024. The committee meets each Friday to plan next year's Unity Day. If you have an interest in joining the committee, you can contact Dr. Williams at williame@sunyocc.edu.
One of our daily features on Lazer Update is called Did You Know? In past shows, we learned about several departments, programs, and people that make OCC run every day. Today, however, we focus on the OCC golf team.
Eric Shearer tells us more in the golf team's annual trip.
Did you know that every spring break, the Onondaga Lasers golf team travels down to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina? The team makes the 14-hour drive and stays in a condo all together. Then, for 5 days, the team hits the course to work on their drives, chips, and putts. This trip comes prior to the actual season starting so that the team is able to get all the rust out of their game that they could have developed over the winter. If you're interested in supporting the Lasers golf team, visit OnondagaLasers.com where you can view their upcoming matches.
The OCC golf team takes this trip year-round to prepare for the upcoming season and have some fun too. The golf team competes in the NJC AA Division III Championship Tournament at Glen Oak Golf Club Monday, May 15th and Tuesday, May 16th.
Before we break, we will keep you updated on all the events happening on campus, including what's coming up this week. Check it out. Students graduating and looking to stay local, keep your eyes open. Syracuse University is visiting OCC tomorrow, May 9th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. They will be in the Mawhinney Hall at Table 2, quad side left.
Looking for ways to de-stress before finals? Come play with some chalk at Chalk the Walk on May 9th at the main quad from 12:15 p.m. to 1:15 p.m.
Why do I love OCC? I love OCC because of our students and our diverse student population. The diverse student population helps drive club activity as well as our engagement efforts throughout the semester.
I love OCC because of the exciting classroom spaces. We have students from all backgrounds engaging with real-world issues passionately.
I love OCC because OCC has a ton of resources that are available to students to help them in any step along the way.
The Coulter Library is your place for entertainment. With over 77,000 books, movies, and CDs, there's always something to do. Your place for research help. Trouble with a project? Ask a librarian. Your place for quiet space. Shh, our first floor is reserved for quiet work only. Your place for IT help. Visit our help desk on the second floor. All this and so much more at the Coulter Library. Open 7 days a week. For more information, visit sunyocc.edu/library.
The Pinnacle Awards are a way to recognize student leaders in different areas across campus here at OCC. These students were awarded last week, May 3rd, in the Otis Suite at the SRC Arena. Let's take a look at some of the winners.
The OAR office awarded George Washington, a 63-year-old student forced to change professions as an electrician after being diagnosed with glaucoma, is now transferring to Syracuse University with a perfect 4.0 GPA.
The EOP office awarded Shaya Renfro the award. She's a resident assistant in the dorm and works in the president's office while maintaining a 3.8 GPA.
Student government awarded Christopher Alcala, the former president of student government, the award. Chris earned his degree last semester and went through basic training for the Army Reserves.
The Unity Day community was also awarded for their leadership and connection within the campus. Welcome back to Lazer Update. I'm Sam Dimmick.
And I'm Claire Akers. We've made it to the second half of our show. Let's head into our next story.
We now look at what it's like to work within the residence life as a residence hall director. Many responsibilities have been looked after in the department. Marissa Ohl found her way into the position because of her love for higher education. Kyle Goff gives us the story.
Marissa Ohl is currently a residence hall director for Building B. She found her home here at OCC in the Residence Life office because of her passion for working in higher education.
Typically, every day I start my day just looking through my emails. Sometimes we do get students who email us, late hours or in the middle of the night. So that's usually my first thing to go to. I check my emails. After that, I go on. We have a platform where we can see lockouts that needs to be processed, program requests from the RAs, also meeting with students, whether it be with my RAs, just our weekly one-on-ones, our weekly staff meetings as a staff. So I'd like to say that most of my job consists of meeting with students and talking to students, trying to improve their experience here. I graduated from SUNY Oswego in the spring of 2019, and then I went into student affairs and higher education at Syracuse, and I graduated from their program in the spring of 2021. I left Syracuse to go to West Virginia University for another master's in communication studies before I ended up coming back to Syracuse. So I looked for opportunities in residence life in Syracuse, and the posting came up for this position at OCC. I just applied for it, interviewed, and then heard a couple weeks later that I got the position. And then I moved here about 3 months later.
Marissa Old will continue to work as a residence hall director till the end of this week at OCC. Marissa will leave the OCC family to work at Mohawk Valley Community College, where she'll be in a higher position in residence life and continuing to do what she loves.
With the semester ending very soon, it may not be easy to figure out what your next steps are, whether that's going into the workforce or transferring to a four-year college after OCC. The Office of Career and Transfer helps you with those decisions. They help with writing college essays or building your resume from the ground up. Edgar Dowd tells us more.
Writing a resume, picking a major, finding a career are all fundamental in deciding the next step after graduating college. Here at OCC, the Career and Transfer Service Office works hard to ensure that students gain smooth transition for what comes next.
Career services offices have been around for a long time at institutions across the country, as I've mentioned, but probably before that, faculty, and they still help a lot of students till this day with these services right in the classroom. And so also our support staff here helping students too. We have a main central hub in Mawinnie 310, and then we also have career service specialists serving students in the School of Business, School of Computing and Applied Technologies, and the School of Health.
Career and Transfer Service holds many events, and one of the events held recently was the Job and Internship Fair. I interviewed one of the participants that showed up.
I hope to gain some valuable information of which internship is the best one to go for, maybe find one that is more suitable for me as well, and maybe I'll enjoy this internship if I get one. Well, the fair is beneficial because students that are looking for internships can find one, and they have multiple choices to choose from, which is a really good thing to have.
Graduation is often a stressful period for a lot of college students, but having the right people for guidance is necessary. The Career and Transfer Service Office offers that, guidance towards a better future.
If you want to learn more about different jobs, internships, and scholarship opportunities, head over to the Career and Transfer Office located in Mawinnie Hall 310, or you can email Director Dana AC at d.d.ac@sunyocc.edu.
Before we go, here's some updates about our various sports teams here at OCC. Thursday, May 4th, OCC's men's baseball hosted Broome Community College, defeating the Hornets in Game 1, 8-2.
The Lazers kept the streak going, sweeping the Hornets 3-0 in the doubleheader at home.
Wednesday, May 10th, OCC's softball team will play against Corning Community College at 3 p.m. at Corning CC Softball Field. This will be the last game of the regular season.
Let's go Lazers!
I like working at Onondaga Community College because it's a smart choice for our students. It's accessible, it's affordable, it's a great place to start a career or an academic journey. Overall, it's a great place to be.
I chose OCC because it allowed me to discover my interests, make connections, and build a clear path for my future.
I like OCC because it's a great place to learn and engage in your community.
Are you tired of spending hundreds of dollars on textbooks you'll only use once? Well, we got the program for you. The Box of Books program allows you to get all of your class resources at a price you can afford. There's a reason why over 75% of all students took advantage of this amazing opportunity. Stop by the Whitney Atrium to visit the bookstore or go to their website at onondagacc.bncollege.com to reserve your box of books now.
Looking to follow Yellow Brick Road again? Today's your lucky day as The Wizard of Oz finds its way back to Regal Theaters on May 15th for Mother's Day. There will be multiple screenings at the theater in Destiny Mall. Grab your ticket, popcorn, and drinks before it's too late. Welcome back to Lazer Update. I'm Sam Dimmick.
And I'm Claire Akers. We've made it to the last part of our show. We have lots of movie talk coming up. Let's get into our next feature. With the semester ending quickly, there will be lots more time to unwind, especially with a good movie. We had Kyle Goff walk around the campus to discover what your favorite movies are. Kyle shows us more.
As the Oscars are coming up, students are ready to talk about what their top movie picks of all time are.
My first one is Encanto because it is a gorgeous film with a lot of good backstory. My second is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The first, not the second, because the first is superior. And my third would probably be The Lorax because we gotta save the trees.
My favorite movie would be Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse because it has no bad songs on its soundtrack and it
pretty much revolutionized like a certain style of animation. My second favorite movie was this old movie called Undercover Brother, and then my all-time third favorite would be A Silent Voice.
Bohemian Rhapsody, because it's a really good soundtrack and it's about Freddie Mercury. Forrest Gump, because it's a really good storyline, and Hereditary, because it's filmed really well and I love scary movies.
There you have it. Students at OCC gave you their top movie picks to prepare for the Oscars. This is posted to campus. For Lazer Update, I'm Kyle Goff.
Wow, what a wide range of movies students selected from different film genres, all the way from horror down to animated movies.
We're coming to the end of this episode of Lazer Update, but before we go, we got one final segment.
One of our favorite segments on the show is Got Issues, where students talk about various subjects.
Staying on the topic of movies, today's subject is streaming versus movie theaters. Are theaters really dying? Kyle Goff got back to the studio in time to ask this very question. Take it away, Kyle.
Thanks, Sam. Overpriced tickets, streaming taking over movie theaters, blockbuster films continuing to outshine amazing low-budget movies. It seems that the movie industry is in the shambles and that we've got issues. Welcome to your number one source for movie-related discussions. I'm your host, Kyle Goff, and today we're discussing the dwindling of movie theaters. Joining me today are Dom Ciccarelli and Eliza McMahon to talk about the matter. Thank you for joining me, guys. So start with you, Dom. Does star power within movies attract moviegoers away from the more low-budget films?
Star power certainly attracts moviegoers. I mean, people see The Rock and they flock to the theaters to see The Rock in another movie that's set in the jungle where he gets all sweaty and stuff. And but at the end of the day, you know, if it's a really great movie, no matter what the budget is, the people that truly love movies, real enthusiasts, are going to see it just by word of mouth, you know, because they talk. Moviegoers, movie lovers, they're going to talk about their favorite movies, if it's well written, if it's well shot, well done. And those low-budget ones that fly under the radar of some more popular theaters, right, they're going to get seen by true movie lovers.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. If it's good, it's going to be seen. So, Eliza, with streaming becoming more prominent and accessed more easily, what can theaters do to get their customers back in the theater?
Well, I think the best thing that movie theaters can do is learn to specialize more. Like, for example, a movie theater near me, they always do a $5 movie night on Tuesdays. And there's also places like Movie Tavern that offer dinner along with the movie. I think giving more options and having more event-type things is the best way to get people back into the theaters.
Definitely, for sure. So, Dom, there have been many movies that have been released in the theaters. Have you recently or old experiences, have you seen any movies in the theaters, recently or old?
I gotta be honest, I was trying to see the new Puss in Boots movie in theaters, but I couldn't get anyone to go with me. I couldn't find good times for it. I ended up not being able to see it, but I wanted to see the new Puss in Boots movie in theaters, The Last Wish. I ended up just watching it on my TV at home, streaming and with my family, because I couldn't watch it in theaters. So that was a big problem for me, but the movie was great.
Yeah, the movie was definitely great. So Eliza, what's one theater experience do you remember vividly, bad or good?
The one theater experience actually a few. Universally, my best theater experiences have always been when I went to see a horror movie. The most recent being back in the fall, I went to see Barbarian. I think movie theaters are the best place to go and see a horror movie. You have the big screen, you have the blasting sound, and you're surrounded by other people who are probably also seeing it for the first time. And it just creates this really unique environment that I think is amazing.
Definitely. When we come back, our discussion continues right here on Got Issues.
Why do I love OCC? I love OCC because of our students and our diverse student population. The diverse student population helps drive club activity as well as our engagement efforts throughout the semester.
I love OCC because of the exciting classroom spaces. We have students from all backgrounds engaging with real-world issues passionately.
I love OCC because OCC has a ton of resources that are available to students to help them in any step along the way.
Welcome back. Kyle here again. I'm with Dom and Eliza, and we've been talking. Let's continue. So, Dom, What do streaming services do differently than theaters in terms of providing the best experience for the consumer?
Streaming services are so good at just providing that instant experience. When I want to go to the movies, like I said before the break, I tried to see Puss in Boots. It didn't work. I tried for like weeks. Whenever I had free time to try and call my friends, text my girlfriend or my family, does anyone want to go see this movie, and set up a time and it just didn't work. And if you go to the theaters, sometimes it's so expensive because you have to buy the tickets and you have to buy the concessions. It gets really pricey. Streaming services, it's cheap. You can watch it anytime you want. You call up your boys, right, on like a Saturday. You get some Domino's. You get the movie on, right, whenever you want, with whoever you want, instantly.
And that's why Saturdays are for the boys.
Absolutely.
So Eliza, what's the reason you go to experience a movie in the theater?
Well, to kind of jump off what we were talking about, I think that movie theaters are always going to be just like a very social experience. Like there's a reason that it's kind of this weird taboo to like see someone going to the movie theater by themselves, no shame in that. Because for me, it's all about you're calling a bunch of people up, you're going out to see a movie with them together. That's why you're going to spend all this money on going to the movie theater, not just to see the movie.
So to go back to you, Dom, what can movie theaters do to cut down on those really overpriced tickets?
I really don't think they can do much, to be perfectly honest. I guess more marketing to get more people to come, because if they increase the amount of people that are coming, they can lower the ticket price. But as long as they're not getting as many people as they used to, those ticket prices are going to remain the same. Or they could increase concessions, but concessions are already super high. People have been complaining about those for decades. So I'm not sure what they can really do at this point.
So Eliza, why don't you give me a quick answer for this one? What can the movie industry do to cut down on illegal streaming?
Honestly, when it comes down to it, there's not that much they can do. Like it's always going to be an issue of money, because movie theaters are always going to cost money, and there are always going to be people that don't want to pay that money, and they're going to pirate it instead, and not much you can do about that.
Not much you can do.
Yeah.
So I'd like to thank my guests, Dom and Eliza McMahon, and I hope you've enjoyed watching. We may have not resolved anything today, but without the ability to talk freely about things that concern us, there is little chance of us moving forward. I'm Kyle Goff, and that's Got Issues.
We made it to the end of our show.
And what a great show it was. We met an Emmy Award winner, took a closer look at this year's Pinnacle Award winners, and learned more about movies.
If you enjoyed watching us, make sure you like and follow us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel by scanning the QR code on the screen. That's it for today's Lazer Update. Until next time, I'm Sam Demick.
And I'm Claire Akers. Have a great day, everyone.